and you're watching Jazz Cats live every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock right here on Wjzz Cool Tv. And right now, we're always hustling, trying to bring you some good jazz culture and good stories. So I'm not engineering now. I'm in here doing my show. So you guys gonna have to bear with us on this live TV. But I got an exciting show for you tonight. I'm trying to, I never played music, and I'm trying to play this because this is some awesome music. This is a album just came out, so I really want you all to hear this. So I'm gonna be over here fumbling around with this music, and also I'm gonna be doing the controls as best I can from in here. But again, you're watching Jazz Cats, this show that's all about jazz culture and lifestyle. And tonight's guest, we got Mark Mix, Detroit native Mark Mix, and is the leader of the Street Jazz Cartel. And I've just been up on him for maybe about 2 months
Jazz. Subscribe to me on YouTube, Mark Mix Street Jazz. So tell a friend about the Street Jazz Cartel. So uh, so that's what it is, man. So I'm sitting here at WJZZ with my man Roger. We're talking street jazz. So yeah, new single is out right now. You did. So yeah. So hope everybody enjoying this show. And we're figuring out this technical difficulties, and look like my man Roger got it solved right here. So we right here on WJZZ, Mark Mix right here, StreetJazzCartel.com. That's StreetJazzCartel.com. And the man is back.
Yeah, it's not easy being me, man. I'm telling you, man. Everybody, listen, thank you for your patience and tolerance. I try to put out the best product I can. We're independent. So this is perfect time to beg for some money too, because I'm telling you, all you entrepreneurs out there, it's a rough racket. But anyway, hey, I don't know how much of the show you guys missed that didn't have sound, and I normally would try to play it off and keep the thing going. But right now, thank you for being tolerant and dealing with us. And if we can extend this show to make up for some lost time, man, if you got a couple extra 20 minutes, man, we're going to go back over because I don't know how much of that we missed. But anyway, I got to get my mind right. It disturbed my groove, man. But anyway, it's live TV, so sometimes everybody, that's what you get. So right when we were talking about the music, I want the people to hear the song.
Hear the joint.
Yeah, so we got all kinds of stuff going bad tonight, but we're going to keep on pushing. So go ahead, hit them with something.
I need the chord there.
You need this one?
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. We freestyle it all the way tonight, man.
Let's just do it.
We freestyle it. See, everybody appreciate this and how we push through this. Stuff happens. Normally I would cuss, but I'm doing my anger management right now. Stuff happens. So check this out. Go ahead. This is Don't Want It. Everybody mic, man. Put it over by the mic.
Oh, it's in the system.
Oh, it's in the system. Okay, cool. Man, I'm telling you, I was sitting here talking. I don't think the audience can hear us when we're playing the music. I was telling Mark, everybody, I love that bass line. I'm a sax guy.
You a sax guy?
I'm a sax guy. And then after that, it's usually vibes for me. But the bass is so cold on your tracks, man, that nobody can deny it, man. So, everybody in the band is in the pocket, tight as far as I'm concerned. But with that bass, when he gets to kicking, man, it's like he just doing his thing.
Shout out to my man Steve-O. That's Steve-O on bass, and he's from Detroit, man. And yeah, man, that's my guy. And the guy on guitar, I got him out of San Francisco.
Okay.
He's a well-known jazz artist out in San Francisco, Joe Del Rosario. So shout out to him too.
Yeah, and let me let my engineer know tonight. When we're gonna go an extra 10-15 minutes
cool.
To make up for lost time. So let it ride till a quarter after. But yeah, so back to this album. Now this just came out. So
This is the single.
The single.
Yeah.
And it's on. But they can get the album, can't they?
No, this is the third single coming off the fifth album. The fifth album is due out in the fall.
Okay. So
the
right
full
now,
album.
where do they get the single?
They get the single at any digital platform. Spotify, Pandora, Amazon, iTunes, Apple Music, wherever you buy your music.
Yeah.
You can get "Don't Want It" by Mark Mix and Street Jazz Cartel. So,
okay, man.
Yeah.
And when's the next time you're gonna be out on tour doing some gigs for everybody to check you out?
Well, right now we finishing up the album, so that's what we mainly focusing on this summer. So you'll see us early next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope whenever when you book a gig for the city, call me, man.
Oh yeah,
I want to try to get dibs on it to be the first one to bring them this album. I always do this with every artist that I talk to, especially on the show. I always say jazz is not just a genre of music; it's a culture.
Yeah.
So it's the way you dress, your mindset, your whole attitude, everything, your swag. Being a somebody that's been doing this music for a long time and traveling and everything, would you say different parts of the world have a different appreciation for jazz arts, or like is it the same? Is it could
It depends on certain states like California is hot for jazz, but it ain't nobody hot for jazz like Detroit.
Okay.
I will stamp that.
Okay.
So you got your pockets like the Virginias and Virginia and the Carolinas and Atlanta. Atlanta's big too.
We got a lot of Detroiters in East Coast, Atlanta, and Midwest, Chicago.
Now back in the day, as far as I remember, Detroit and New York was the spots. That was I don't know. I haven't been in New York, so.
Well, the West Coast didn't get down until Chet Baker and a few of them cats came out with that West Coast sound and jazz. As far as what history I know, is before my time a little bit, but that's what I know, and I happen to know a lot of old guys that's been doing jazz for a long time. But I asked that question is because I'm consciously, aggressively doing what I can through ownership of the station and all the platforms that I have as resource and things I'm trying to showcase talent from everywhere and just get jazz back to the top of the music world. And it's proven to my experience to be a challenge, man. Like I don't understand why. I understand the business parts, but it's no good excuse other than the demand. For jazz artists, I think they should be getting money on par and opportunities on par with rappers. I want to see the first young jazz billionaire, multi-millionaire. It's to my knowledge, in jazz history, I mean, you got about no more, like you got Quincy Jones that was very successful, Miles Davis, and maybe Herbie Hancock. Count Basie and Duke had a lot of fame, but I don't think it translated to money. Their pay never matched their fame. So I think, like, from the outside looking in, I think it's just Quincy Jones, Miles Davis, and Herbie Hancock that's really making serious money career-wise. But nobody in jazz, from producing to performing, has got hip-hop or rock star money. And the hip-hop just like blew everybody away. And when you know and see where hip-hop came from, where it struggled and people, especially corporate world, played it to the left and stuff. Now, I mean, hip-hop, I say it all the time, it's in the church, it's in the sports, it's in fashion. Not just with the urban wear, where it started out with FUBU, and so now it's couture, it's runway. stuff. So I want to see jazz get that same type of opportunities and same type of money, man. What do you think is stopping it? I say it's just demand. The people got to demand it.
I think it's demand too. I mean, but you got to think they shut all the majority of the stations down.
Yeah.
You know, the FM dials, and it's demand too. And then it all started too. A lot of younger people not that much interested in it because it all trickles back to when they start shutting the band programs down. You know, so they didn't have no opportunities like I did.
Right.
Like when you brought up Quincy Jones and Herbie Hancock, they went to R&B a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Quincy produced some of everything, but
you know,
that helped them out. They didn't just stick with jazz.
Yeah, and soundtracks and TV. But that's what I mean, overall opportunity.
Right.
So I wasn't suggesting they made it all on jazz, but they're known for being jazz guys, and they got those opportunities. But I agree with what you said. Is you got to have that appreciation and respect for it that comes when you're a kid. Like you say, you got introduced when you were 4. I was born into it.
Right.
Beyond even having memory, you know.
I mean, I was introduced to the band, but as a 2-3-year-old, my dad kept WJZZ on.
So we know the radios and all that, they went through that change, but I'm doing what I can. What do you suggest as an artist, as a creator, and a fan? Because it's people you say you like, that you want to hear, that you groove on. What can we do? And it's some obvious stuff, like you say, get it back in schools as community stakeholders and parents and stuff. We're going to have to try to get it in schools, especially the public schools, because everybody can't go to Interlochen or Country Day and the like.
Right.
So we got to get it back. I started out in Catholic schools and thought it was corny and went to public school, which was a bonehead play. But from a kid, I think I was about 10 or 11 when I first came up with that genius idea.
Right.
It changed my whole life course and didn't realize it. But, it's public school still had those outlets. That I didn't suffer from that. I think they actually had all that. Like, what can we do? I don't want to ramble, but what can we do? Prescription to get the demand. So
that's the main thing.
So you say the young people have to be introduced to it. They have to appreciate it and respect it and be conscious of it. Then, as adults, buy the ticket, buy the record, come to the shows.
Absolutely.
Tell the venue that you want more culture.
Yeah.
Not just jazz, because I feel like I'm in the opera now.
Opera?
Yeah, I'm in the opera now. I had some friends that they like everything, and I was inviting them to jazz shows, and they said, when you gonna come check out the opera? I'm like, I don't know, man. Come on now. And and I had some other types of hang-ups that when I really thought about it, I said, wait a minute, I really don't have a good reason to say I don't like opera because truthfully I never checked it out.
Right.
So I went to a couple of operas and I found I liked it. Now I don't like all of them, but it's some that I really like, and I have some favorites.
That's something that's way out the box. I never thought that
Well, I can say check it out.
Check it out.
like I said, I don't like all of them.
Yeah.
But it's so far so good as far as what I'm trying.
You're probably the first black man I know that said he went to an opera. I know.
I went blind, reluctantly, but I owed somebody one, and they took care of the ticket and everything, and we sat there, and I had to dress up. I put on the tux. You don't always have to. It's more relaxed now. But traditionally, we went to a traditional show at a traditional opera venue, so I did the tux thing, and they give you the champagne and everything. So I was like, took me a minute, and then I started vibing on the whole scene, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool, and I'm checking out, okay, it's good looking people here, and this and that, and then the opera started, and at first I was thinking, I don't even know what they're saying, but I just found myself liking it.
Right.
And so then the next time it rolled around, I was like, hey, count me in. And then it got to the point I had to buy my own ticket. But
that's maybe that's something I'll try one day.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, I got introduced to it at the Detroit club, but and I liked it. I've been back several times. I've been to DSO and I've been to other places, even out of state, checking out opera. I even went to Ohio one time just for opera, and not to drift the conversation, but yeah, I got an appreciation. So I'm saying that in harmony with what you said. We got to plant those seeds and give it to the kids because they can't facilitate for themselves.
But then they may catch on later because, I mean, I always liked music, but I really got into like listening to just about strictly jazz. I still listen to hip hop, but a lot of this hip hop today I can't listen to. I don't get it. But I say about 24, 25, that's when I went full-fledged listening to jazz. You know what I'm saying? But it was smooth jazz. You know, talking about when I was 24, 25, smooth jazz was, but I still was playing my Donald Byrd because I still got the records that my dad had. I still got the
Blackbirds.
I still got the records, man. And I was playing them, and then a couple smooth jazz cats I was buying back then, the Najees and stuff like that back then, the Norman Browns, and that's when my dad told me, because I think I was born when he was 23, 24. Okay. He said when he's about 23, 24, that's when he just listened to strictly Jay-Z. Okay. So it kind of, that's how it cycled with me, so.
And that's how I still want it, man. To just talk about WJZZ for a minute is because to appreciate that legacy and that standard. Right. So we're working out all the bugs. The pandemic kind of threw us off the box for a minute, but that legacy it's you have to be a sophisticated, open mind type of person to appreciate jazz, and it's a certain signature, a certain style or mentality, and I want to keep that. I had to grow into jazz. Yeah, it was around me my whole life. I had those influences. My stepfather was hardcore. My mother had a very popular jazz club. I had no appreciation for it. I had to grow into it as I matured, as I mellowed out, as my mind expanded, and that's what I like. I like that about all the arts, but like some of it dumbs you down, and so I give.
I didn't understand
to the
that.
Business side of the hip hop. Good look, getting your money, get the bag, all that. But some of it is I can't really call it art. I can't call it music. Right. And it's not doing anything to enlighten me. Right. It's kind of a form of possession, I guess, in a sense. And I'm saying that just being honest. I don't want to piss on that industry, but I'm just being honest.
Melanie Tanzel said the kids are not being introduced to the instruments anymore. They're taken away.
That's true.
That's easy way out. And that's true. That's what we was talking about.
Yeah, and everybody, this is about Mark today, but please pay attention to what we're doing here at WJZZ. We're trying to have some remedy and some recourse for all these challenges we're talking about that really go back to the kids and go back to future scope of art. So we're talking about jazz today, but I push the program for everything. I push the line. So please support. We got some things coming out that we're going to do for charity and for youth especially, and we support all the musicians. So please support the station, And I just wanted while we're on the subject. But the kids at everybody's mercy, man. Yeah. And so it's
my kids, my twins. All three of them. I got 3 daughters, and none of them was interested.
Yeah, so do I. 3 daughters for me.
None of them was interested in music. Yeah. They were. The music was always right there around them, and none of them took interest in it.
Yeah, and but we gotta try to do things to make everybody interested in it, because it's not just the kids. That's the future part of it. But what are we doing right now? Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a different subject. We got a jazz summit coming up that I'm putting my money where my mouth is because I'm serious with it. Like, this is a good time for me. I do this show. I really don't have the time. I'm supposed to be in there hitting the buttons.
Right.
But this is good for me. This
Right.
is my pleasure
Right.
that I like. Just kicking it.
Yeah.
So, and I want to share it with everybody else because we could have a conversation offline.
Right.
But I want maybe to share it with other people, man.
Right.
So anyway, yeah, I just always ask that, man. So, I ask the artists what they think because they're front line with it, and their survival depends on it.
And also,
creativity.
Like back in the day, they had a lot of jazz clubs in the city.
Yeah.
A whole lot of them.
Yep.
You don't have them no more, So it's like you could start there, Somebody need to open a club.
Yeah.
A club. I mean, a jazz club. We ain't making enough money, so
Friday it's the jazz club.
Yeah,
and on Saturday
it's the strip joint.
Whatever. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Karaoke.
So it got to be strictly, and you got to just roll it out. I mean, I know everybody be in business to make money, but sometimes it takes a long time to build. You know what it is. Turn that profit around.
Yeah.
So I thought about it. Trying to see what I could do. Just opening a dope jazz club. Because it's missing.
Yeah,
it's
needed.
missing.
It's missing.
Yeah.
Again, everybody, that demand. Like, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. Mark's an entrepreneur. We want to have a rainy day insurance policy, but we don't want to drop down a big investment and nobody show up.
Right.
So we got to know you guys want a jazz club in Detroit. You want a jazz club in Chicago, wherever. You just speak up and maybe you could do the group thing. Like, that's another thing. Back in the day, man, I remember lots of people used to partner up and do things.
Yeah, it's like everybody's scared of everybody.
Yeah,
now,
man, we gotta stop that one too. Man.
That's what it is, man, and that's why I roll solo, because it's like you pitch somebody idea and everybody just be blowing smoke, so it's like
what I said now. I learned the pen is mightier than the sword.
Yeah,
and that's what they got lawyers for. So find a good lawyer. You get somebody want to do business, do business.
Right.
It don't have to be personal. You don't have to know the person for 30 years.
Right.
If it's a good business deal, do the business deal. But we're gonna be exploring more of that kind of stuff. That's why I said it's a culture. This is a jazz culture. It could be a hip hop culture. It could be blues, but I'm focused on jazz. I like other things. I like other music as I share, but this is my passion, jazz, right now at this chapter in my life. But I mean, man, we learning more about you. Let's make up for lost time and let's hear some more of the album, man.
Okay.
Because I'm on the road now.
Well, you know how you talk anyway.
We done crashed the car. We drunk driving, but hey, let's go keep on to the
I'm gonna give you a little bit of Ziggy's groove.
Okay, that's my joint. And I like that out the drive too, man.
Okay.
So let me get a little of that too. That's on your old album.
Yeah.
Okay. Thought I was doing this,
Ziggy's Groove, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and then what album? That's
coming off the 5th album.
Okay.
With that, Riding and Chillaxing, and this is the newest single, Don't Want It. just hit radio last week, and so yeah, those are 3 singles that came off. Actually, Ziggy's Groove charted at number 42 in the top 100.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm grateful for that, man.
And I deliberately kind of don't ask redundant questions because I know you got asked and answered 100 times. But this is odd. You're selling the record. You're selling the album. It should be called "Go Get It, Come Get It." Why? What's "Don't Want It"? Now you got to explain that part.
Don't want it. You know, the real talk about "Don't Want It."
Yeah.
When I was coming up with the title, Ziggy's Groove was named after my grandson Ziggy. So,
Okay.
but "Don't Want It," you know, I was like, okay, Riding and Chillaxin' went to number 46 on the top 100. Then I came back with Ziggy's Groove as another single that went to 42. And I was like, you know, excuse the language. I was like, I'm gonna call this. I don't want the bullshit on this. I want to bring the heat.
Okay.
So I said, "Don't Want It," and that's how I came up with it.
Okay.
You know.
So "Don't Want It" flat out mean don't want the bullshit.
I don't want the bullshit.
Okay.
That's what it means.
Okay. I just had to ask. Normally I don't.
Yeah.
But you know, I said that's so odd
Yeah.
of a title, and that's the album's title too.
No, the album title was V. You know, Roman numeral V. You know, for 5.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, that's
okay. That's the title song. That you,
well, no, "Don't Want It" is just a song on the album.
okay.
You know, so yeah, man, and I was just like, I don't want the bullshit.
Okay.
You know, so I don't want it.
I don't never want the bullshit. I didn't want the bullshit tonight.
Man, because it's been you're right. Being a you know, independent artist and you know, entrepreneur, man, of the company, it's tough.
Okay, so listen, let's share this. I know what I have to go through on my end. So let's I mean, this is a live show, uncensored. What's your version of the bullshit?
Well, you know, the bullshit gonna come with the territory.
Yeah.
Especially because the leader gonna get the shots fired at him first. You know, the band members gonna duck and hide, but the leader, the financier, and all that, man, is gonna get shot at first. And you know, people don't understand, man, what the owner have to go through. You know, you got to go through the. I produced the record. Okay, I gotta sit in on the mixing. I gotta monitor the guy who's mixing it. Shout out to Derek Doc Holmes. And after I approve the mixing, then I gotta ship it to get mastered. You know, shout out to Steve Hall. That was Barry White engineer his whole career.
Okay, because I heard that touch of Barry. You thought it was going to get past it, but it didn't. Because I love the maestro. But okay, so the process.
Yeah, the process. And then after the process, you got to send it to get pressed. You got to approve the pressing. You know, got to get the green light. Okay, yeah, press it up. You get the shipment in. Now, who I'm going to hire to promote the record? I got to find the right promoter I'm going to go with on this single. You know, so it's just a lot of steps you have to go through. And a lot of money you're spending in the meantime.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to tell you some of the bullshit with me on my end as a promoter, owner, all that. But this is where me and the artist, and I'm sure now we got to go tangle because all the artists, no matter what, in their mind, they want $1 million.
Right.
And then they want to be on the show. And I got to deal with that because I said, wait a minute, I got to make money too.
Right.
Because if we don't push these tickets, and I never expect the artist to do it because I know better.
Right.
So it's on me and my team. And at the end of the night, they don't care if it was a flop show. Yeah. They don't care if it was 10 people there. They go just be like, hey, next time, man, you know, call me. But they want the money and they want to beat it, right? So I got to deal with this. So I'm like, man, I can't give you that. Because they only seat this many people,
right? And
this, that, and what you got on the charts, and this. So I got to do that and piss people off. Then I got to tell people in some kind of PC way, you don't have that type of talent.
Right.
I can't book you on the show even if you pay me.
Right.
You know, I got to go through all that kind of stuff because my phone constantly ringing. Somebody want a show. Somebody want me to put a record on the radio.
Right.
So that's the bullshit for me. And then when stuff not my fault, like you say, all the guns point at me.
Yeah, and by me being a leader, I mean, I took that role, so I'm willing to take the shot. Yeah. I mean, these shoulders they some big boys now, you know. But that's what it is, man. But at the end of the day, being the the financier, the producer. I don't owe nobody.
Right.
Okay, I own my own masters. I don't owe nobody.
Right.
So if the record failed, which hope it don't, I can't blame nobody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can say, "Well, you're fired."
Yeah.
So
And that's kind of the attitude I have. At the end of the day, I don't want the bullshit,
Right.
but I take the bullshit, and I probably give some too, being
Right.
real about it.
Yeah.
And we all can't get what we want all the time.
Right.
But it's just, you rather not. If
Right.
it was a perfect world, we rather not. And some days, worse than other days, make you write a record about it
Yeah.
and name a song about it.
Right.
Sometimes make you knock a hole in the wall. If you're around in this studio, everybody, you'll see a couple of plaster patches that's fresh plaster or never been painted. That's because I probably had a fit and knocked a hole into something, right? So that's why I do my anger management. But like I said, when it's costing you and you struggling, it's a nightmare. Then it's good days,
Yeah.
and there's some days like this
Yeah.
where the shit happens and you just kind of laugh it off and
Yeah.
keep it moving. Look at the
Yeah.
bright side. So I'm gonna read this real quick and try to get back on track, everybody. So you're watching Jazz Cats right here on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and all top social media outlets. Like, follow, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We need your support. And this show archives. So if you miss it live or you got to go do something else, you had to put the baby to bed, whatever, you can go back and watch it at any time on demand. And so let your people know. Please give us your comments. We want to know what you feel about this show. Did it make you laugh watching our little glitches and technical difficulties? Did you gain some knowledge out of this? So please give me some feedback and let me know. And right now, let me let you know about some stuff we got going. So we got coming up right here on Saturday, this coming Saturday, down on the farm right here in Detroit. If you're in Detroit, down at Recovery Park Farm, right here on Shane, you got Larry Lee and the Back in the Day Band live. So they're going to be over there playing. Tickets only $10. You can contact Recovery Park, or you can contact me, or however you want to get the tickets. It's a QR code, or you could just show up here at on Shane and Kirby. And at Saturday at what time is this, everybody? It's starts in the afternoon, right? So the band is gonna come on at 6 p.m. So you got all day to get here. $10, great cheap date night. Larry Lee, Back in the Day Band. Then we got a Pride event. We got Pride Days on the farm, June 24th. And you can get more information if you contact Recovery Park. So this is a Pride Day. They're going to be doing something for Pride Day. And then we got a jazz. We got WJZZ Legacy Jazz Series. Now that's going to resume at the Aretha Jazz Cafe inside the Historic Music Hall. So we moved the Legacy Series over there. It's a very intimate place. It's a very sophisticated place. And we got on Thursday, July the 13th, from 7 to 9, the Matt LaRusso Trio. And we got a special guest vocalist. We got an emerging artist, Taylor Smith. You got to check her out. If you like female vocalists, I can't describe this young girl, this young lady. You got to check her out. So tickets on sale on Eventbrite, $20, July 13th at Aretha. And go check it out. And if you need any more information, contact me. You know where to find me. And we got Mark Mix, the leader of Street Jazz Cartel, in the studio right now talking about this terrific new album we got. I'm not just saying it. If you know me, if I thought it was so-so, I would say, hey, man, I like this cut. I like whatever. I ain't really feel that one. I told him I wasn't feeling the one where the guy was rapping. I wasn't feeling it. So I'm not going to bullshit here. If I thought it was some garbage, I'd try to avoid even talking about it. because I would say I don't like it. I wouldn't just like go in on it, but I'm telling you guys, we keep it real around here. I do, and I appreciate it. When I'm on some bullshit, I kind of know it, or if I don't know it right then, I know it afterward. And, we got some issues here. Like, stuff goes wrong like it did tonight. But we just keep trying to bring you the best and do our best. But I'm saying this with all sincerity. And I think I know jazz enough that I can stamp this and say, this is a badass record. I'm waiting to hear the whole album. But from his past music and from this cut right here, this is the real deal. So everybody check it out. You can listen. This is a beautiful thing. You can listen to it before you spend your money. So check it out. You're in the honor system. If you like it, you remember this conversation we talking about. What can we do to support, supply and demand to support? Buy the record. He got 5 of them out there. Buy one, get the other 4 free. Whatever. However you got it working, you're in the privacy of your own home. But throw the man a bone and go check out his music. That's what I'm asking you to do. Because if you don't check it out, you're not going to be able to decide if you like it or not. So check out Mark Mix Street Jazz Cartel. Check out 5. That's the album that's coming out. Check out Don't Want It. That's the hot single. It's on the charts now already. It's charting with a bullet, I would assume. And then he's got other music out there that I know you're going to like. You take it from me. If you don't like it, call me up. We'll talk about it. Maybe you can come in here as a guest and talk about it. Maybe Mark might come in here and challenge you on it. Well, who knows? This is a jazz culture show. So anyway, everybody, that's what you got coming from us. We're going to go over a little bit. We got about 10 more minutes to make up for that glitch we had. I made an executive call, and so it's my stuff, so I can do what I want. Right? So please support me with that, because if you guys be like, no, you can't, and then that's who could change my mind, and then I'll be like, oh, shit. But anyway, my old lady going to get mad because I cussed on the air, and she told me, you got to have more class. And this and that, and she's right. Then I lose myself. But Mark, anyway, let's ride this last 10 minutes out, man. By what's on your mind, what's on your agenda, pushing this album, and what else, man? What we got?
Pushing this album and pushing this single. Like I said, just came out via radio last week. And shout out to my promoter, Linda Penn out of Maryland, man. So give her a big shout out. Okay. But man, Just bring the music to the world, man, And like I said, being an independent company, I think I covered pretty much good ground. I've been studying this thing for a long time. I've been independent since '99. So so just keep bringing people good music, man. Okay. That's my goal.
Now I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit. Keep this in mind. The shows go out now on internet all over the world, all over the country, all over the world. So you answer this question honestly, because you're gonna make somebody mad. You're gonna make somebody happy. What is your favorite city or country, whatever, to play at?
Detroit.
Okay.
It ain't nothing like Detroit, man. Detroit, man.
Okay.
I mean, that's you know why I love Detroit? Because they got behind me. A lot of people say, man, my city be hating. They come to my shows. Mm-hmm. They come to my shows. I have a good fan base in Detroit. I got fans all over the world. Okay. Don't get it twisted. But Detroit, I mean, the first time we did, I think it was with Michael Franks, at the music hall.
Okay.
And that was my first street jazz show. Deb Blind was there.
Okay.
Deb Blind Jackson.
After this.
Yeah, Deb Blind was there. And I'm sitting on the side, and Foodie introduced us.
Okay.
And when I went out there, I seen all the people just yelling. I'm like, this is our first street jazz show.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, man. It was a sold out show.
You opened for Michael Frank?
Yeah. Okay. It was a sold out show. And we rocked it. When I say rock, we sold out of merchandise. My wife was running the merch booth, and we had two-way radios, and she called me, and my wife and my sister-in-law, Melanie Tanzo, she's in the chat room, and she said, Mark, they fighting over the poster. Because we don't have no more CDs. I was like, well, give them the poster. Now they fighting over the empty box that the CDs was in. And I said, man, you got to be kidding me. So I went out and did a meet and greet, and I was just amazed. I said, wow, my city came out. And every show that we do, the city come out.
Yeah.
So shout out to my city, man.
Yeah, and you know, I love Detroit, and I rep it just because this is my home.
Yeah.
But I feel the same way. My sentiment. I like that we when we like somebody,
yeah,
regardless of what they
roll
do,
with them.
We ride with them.
Yeah.
But we not starstruck either. They
No.
still get to eat their food.
No.
I might, you know, people like, what's up, Mark?
Yeah, that's it.
And that's it.
I can walk in any club or any bar, they be like, what up, Mix?
Yeah,
you know, that's good too, because I don't want to be dodging folks. I mean, I'm the same cat.
Yeah, and I like it, you know, when there's something going down, everybody try to look their best.
Yeah.
And my only gripe is sometimes everybody acts your best too. But for the most part, we cool.
Yeah.
That's, you know, this city, we cool as long as
you
you cool.
Yeah,
like
you cool.
everybody got to agree to get along for that time.
Because I know some artists that got signed from here and they went left.
Yeah.
They went Hollywood, and guess where they at now?
Back on the block.
Back here. So the old saying that what goes up must come down, you know.
I just like, you know, it's kind of cliche, but I like the realness of home. We got diversity in every way possible, culture, racial, economic,
right.
and everybody. I mean, literally, our multimillionaire billionaires hang out amongst the people.
Yeah.
And for the most part,
you
got to know who is who, and people really don't care.
Right.
They not tripping.
Right.
Like our elected officials, they sitting right next to you. Just like, what's up?
What's up?
I'm off the clock. Don't talk to me about your garbage and stuff.
Let's have a drink.
So that's why I love the city, man. But it's just that.
And if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
You know, and I just watched an old tape of Coleman Young. He did an interview at the Manugian, and that's exactly what he said. He was talking about the uniqueness of Detroit and the swag of Detroit, different from any place else. And he ended it, and you can find that on YouTube. That's what he said. If this is the real city, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah.
No matter what lane you pick, you will pick the political side, the business side, the gangster side.
Yeah.
You got to be real with it.
Yeah.
But if you can do that here, music, it's hard. Yeah. It's hard on music here, man.
Oh man, Detroit will chew you up and spit you out.
Oh man, it's hard. It's hard trying to do a show here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't ever do what you do, man, because I'm a sore loser. I'd be like, God damn it.
Man, it's just, after a while you just get numb.
Yeah.
I get numb, man. I try not to let stuff bother me, man. And so, it is what it is. Everybody's not gonna like you. I get that now. Before, man, I used to be like, what you say? But now it's like, okay, man, whatever, man.
I'm just trying to have a good time and make a living.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
So we got like 3 minutes left. What's the parting words, man?
The parting words is, thank everybody for supporting JZZ, supporting Mark Mix, man, and check my website, streetjazzcartel.com. And you can follow me on Instagram at Mark Mix, that's MIXX. And Facebook, Mark Mix, featuring the Street Jazz Cartel. And, Twitter, at Mark Mix. Those my social media handles and stuff like that, man.
Well, that's cool, man. I enjoyed you being here. And happy Father's Day.
Oh, happy Father's Day to you too, man.
I was remiss, but happy Father's Day. And I enjoyed you being here sincerely. We're going to get out of here. I hate to end it, but we can always come back. Man. Maybe some of the band can come with us, especially that bass
I started
player.
to bring Steve on today, but I was like, I ain't going to call and tell him to roll with it because I didn't know. I should have brought him, so we're going to link back up. I'll bring it.
Let's do something. And it don't have to be here in the station. We might do something out somewhere.
Right.
But everybody, you out there, thank you for tuning in. And I just want to say this while it's on my mind. You know, this whole conversation we done had, we kept it business, but it got a little personal too. And you witnessed and heard about the showbiz and some of the frustrations and some of the BS nonsense. But I can be a failure and be broke by myself. I don't need help for that. To succeed, I need good people. I need you. I need your feedback. It's valuable to me. Even if you're constructive criticism, I need you to like. I need you to follow. I need you to share. I need you to tune in. I need you to buy tickets. I need you to tell me if I'm on some bullshit. Right? We can argue all that because I'm trying to get it right. You know, it's hard being an independent. I'm an independent guy here running this show. And not just this show, but the whole operation. So we do this sincerely for you guys. That's the only reason. That's the only motivation. You guys, no matter how you look at it, it's the dollars, but it's everything. So I just want to keep asking you for your support, your patience, your tolerance. Please check out Mark. Check out his new song. Like I said, beautiful thing is you get to listen to it before you buy it. And so just listen to it. I'm confident that if you listen to it, you will buy it. Especially if you're a jazz person, you're going to buy it. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you're a jazz person, you're going to buy it. And you're going to be like me, waiting for him to announce when he's going to do a show or go on tour or whatever. If you're not a jazz person and you're trying to go give it a chance and see how you feel about it, let Mark and the Street Jazz Cartel be one of the albums, one of the artists you check out, see if he can convert you to be a jazz person. So with that said, everybody, thank you. I see you again next week, and we're going to try to correct some stuff and make it better. So leave your comments, and I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. Talk to you later.